Welcome back to another CRU podcast. Today we're joined by Dilino, faggot. How you doing, bro?
I don't know if you should be saying that, man. Should we restart this?
You can say that. We're literally called Kansaras. We can say that. It's fine.
Alright, man. Well, you know what? I've never actually referred to myself as Dilino, like, out loud. It's quite weird. Like, it's been my name for, like, the past 2 years. Since 2018. Do I know why I have my name as Dilino? It's just Dilino. I don't really know how.
Just replace the Y with an I. It's pretty typical.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's spelled completely different to how my normal name is spelled, but I mean, it's just how it was. I don't really know how I came up with it.
Is Dilino the one that was after Peps? Was Peps like the one?
No, I went to the stage after Peps. For anyone listening to this, Peps was my original YouTube name.
No.
Okay,
No.
original gaming YouTube name.
Or ordinary crafter.
Crafter.
Gaming name.
Real
Minecraft
OGs.
name.
No ordinary crafter.
Minecraft's also a game. Ordinary crafter is the OG. Is the ordinary crafter is the best version of Dylan.
This is about me. Anyways. So, I went from ordinary crafter to Peps to Dill.B and then I started spelling my name Dilan because I didn't, my actual original name is
Dylan.
Fucking basic white kid name of all time. So I mean, I just wanted to change it up, and then after that, I think I changed to Dilino. Yeah, little Dilino.
Yeah, because Dilino isn't, it's not basic white kid, but it's actually a decent, Yeah, I get you.
It was my Fortnite name when I played Fortnite. That was like, that's how I came up with it. I was like, little Dilino.
Alright, thanks for watching today's podcast. We are not collaborating with Dylan anymore. Oh, didn't you have a channel before Ordinary Crafter though?
I mean, I did, but it didn't really count.
I mean, it does count. You want to say it or
I made
what?
Ordinary Craft in 2014, but I made an account before then, which is deleted now.
Surely you give me an unlisted version of that video so I can put it in the podcast right now.
It's really gone. It's like I got deleted.
Oh.
I remember being a big fan of this other YouTuber, and he had like 300 subs, and I was like, I'm a sub bot and get his amount of subs as a joke. And then the next day I was like, well, I mean, now I've got 300 subs, but I mean, it doesn't really count. So I just deleted the channel and started again.
Fair enough.
Kind of ruined. I kind of like shot myself in the foot for no reason.
Because you're like, now I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but I deleted the channel, did the noble thing,
Yeah.
and then I started on Miracraft in 2014.
So.
Something again to 300.
No, but those were good old days. Those were amazing good old days.
I mean, you didn't really know me those days, so you can't tell me if they were good or not.
I mean, you showed me those videos.
True. They were
But
very
and a year or two down the line, I met you. So like.
Yeah, dude, a lot of change. Only a year, really a year and a half. A lot changed in that year and a half, though.
Yeah.
How many subs you had when I first met you?
I would have been around 300, 400.
Yeah, probably around there, I think.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Me, Max, this is my podcast. Like, man.
Good.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to cut him off.
Okay, me and Max, we were a part of this group. Well, I was friends with this kid on Skype called the Coolest Cake. Also, a very arrogant, annoying kid.
Yeah. He was
Very
like 9.
Very controlling. He was a very nasty guy. Like, he was passive aggressive. Like, he'd say mean things, and then he would say it and then giggle afterwards, and like, bro, you're so shit.
This kid was like 8 as well. Like,
No,
legit.
No, he was literally not. He was literally younger than me. Okay, Max.
Oh, was he? Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like the guy you can't say anything back to as well. Does that sound like that or what?
Huh? No,
Could
you
you-
couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
No, you couldn't give no advice, no criticism. It was just like he was in his own little world.
Yeah.
He's the
And
best.
what's crazy is he never had he had 50 subscribers or something. You gotta give him credit though, because he had confidence. Like, he had some next level. I know it was delusional, but I mean, like, if you didn't know him and he told you he had 1 million subscribers, like, he had that sort of like confidence. Like,
He would convince you that he had
he would convince you shit. But anyway, so he was like trying to be this boss, and he goes, "We're gonna start a UHC group," and you know how like it was back then when UHC was big.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started this group for this game, and we got into teams and it never actually worked. Like we joined a little Skype call in individual teams, and I was hooked up with this guy on our team. It was Max.
You weren't even in the first season either.
Nah, it was like along down the line. It was me and you, 2015, no 14. It would've been
14, yeah.
And dude, we just hit it off. We loved each other, of course.
And then I'm pretty sure we won by default or something like that, just because
Yeah.
everyone died.
We didn't,
Just because the server wasn't working or something.
Winning from day one. Let's go.
yeah, we didn't talk much after. Like we were kept in, like we were in contact. We weren't like instantly like best friends after.
And then I think we saw each other in like MCSG or something.
Yeah, that was it. No, it wasn't on MCSG. It was on the 1v1 server one night.
Oh, vast.
It was on me
Vast
and
PvP.
Max were on a 1v1 server on Minecraft because if people would understand what we're talking about, we would just say UHC and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're on a Minecraft server, and then he was in there, and I knew he had. Dude, when I'm alone playing Minecraft, I just get bored, and I just saw a guy I have on Skype in my game. I'm like, you know what? I was like, dude, join the Skype call, and then we just called, and that's, dude.
That's
it
fair.
was
You hit it off.
We fell in love.
Instant chemistry. Fell in love. You got married. You had kids. Now you're doing a podcast together.
Hell yeah, man! 6 years later.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Fair
That's
enough.
crazy.
A long time ago.
2 years down the line, I met you, or a year down the line. A year and a half.
It would have been 6 months after me and Max became good friends. It wasn't that
Jeez.
long.
So like a year and a half.
Yeah, time was really quick. Time felt so slow back then because so much would go on every month.
I just can't remember when I met you. I feels like it was 2014, but it
I
wasn't. You know?
I started watching your videos in 2014. I was never exactly a fan. Like, I
No,
wasn't
you're
like,
just a viewer. That's it.
Yeah, I was a viewer, and I would like comment, and I was just like, cool, and we were cool. But I was also like a year too younger than you, so you never really respected or treated me like a friend, more like a subscriber. And that's like no offense. I'm not like trying to like call you out here. When someone's younger than you, it's kind of harder to be friends with them because like you don't have as much in common.
Okay, I'll give you my insight on that. It wasn't because you were a subscriber. I didn't know you were until like later down the line. You didn't even tell me that. I didn't know. I just thought, for me, it was a lot of kids that age were trying to leech back then, you know? And you can tell back then. I'm not saying you were, and I'm not saying you did, but back then, I had a kid called a Cookie Monster, and he kept typing in he commented like 5 comments in the end of one video. And he tried to get into Skype calls and TeamSpeaks, and I just knew that he was
feel like I've
trying to
seen that
leech.
name somewhere before.
Probably have.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe it's Cookie something. I don't know. I know it's Cookie in
Was it-
there.
Was it Carl's friend?
No. That's my boy. But like, that's
okay.
this guy was trying to.
Cookie, like as in Cookabunga, was it?
No, I just thought Max was some random the whole time. Okay, but to be fair, at that point, MCSG at a certain level, it was almost the time we were just trying to get exploiting of other YouTubers, trying to get in their videos, and collaborating was a big thing back then for MCSG, and it was just like trying to leech, and it's all it was. A lot of YouTubers were like that. We gotta accept it. That's what it was, right? So for me, that's what I felt like you were trying to do. So I never like gave you 100% interest until
I know when. But on insight on that is like, I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with leeching in a way where it's like, okay, this guy has 1,000 subscribers, you have 100, that's leeching. But if you guys both have run equally and you just wanted to gain subscribers off each other, then that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, nothing wrong with it.
yeah, when maybe like a big YouTuber collab with another big YouTuber, it makes a bigger video. You know what I mean? But like when it's like someone who's like way smaller than you on scale,
Help each other.
Yeah, like if someone like I messaged you, I had around 400 and you had 1,000. So like back then, 600 subscribers. Was
I didn't have 1,000.
You had around 1,800.
Nope, 600. Way
600.
less. I grew very slowly at that point. I had way less. I was you were growing a lot faster. I just had that mentality back then.
Yeah. Well, back then, 100 subscribers plus more was like so much more. Like
Big
it was
for the
crazy.
AU MCSG community as
Oh
well.
hell yeah, man!
Massive.
Having 1,000 subscribers in the on the OCE is like crazy amount. Like I remember being noticed in servers and I only had like 900 subscribers.
You know, I think at one point I remember it went to my head until Jada snapped me out of it. It went to my head. It did. I
was
like-
too young.
like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't control it correctly. I felt like if I had a proper mentor in terms of that, I would have been able to take advantage of my growth and go somewhere with it. But I wasted it. and I was really arrogant at that point.
I think when I got to a certain point where I was bigger than everyone, not like everyone else, but like a majority,
Yeah.
I became like very mean and bitter. Like I became like I would just like be mean to people who had less like who were like it was smaller than me because I felt like I was better than them because I was bigger, which is just a fucked up, horrible way of thinking about anything. Like you should never think just because you have more viewers, more anything that you're better than anyone else in this world.
Yeah,
You're
because
not.
they're human, but you're also a kid at that point, so I don't blame you.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
was 12. I was
Yeah.
12 years old. Like I was not like an 18-year-old, 20-year-old man. I was very young, and I've been. You know, do you remember Brav Minecraft?
Yeah,
Brad?
yeah. Brendan was
He's
his
on
name? No, his name
He's
was.
on my mixtape. He's on my mixtape.
Oh shit! Okay.
That was the guy who was on the second half of verse, and me and him are cool because I used to bully. I generally we were friends, and then I turned into a bully. I was because I was always bullied growing up. So like when you've been bullied, you turn into a bully naturally a lot of the time.
Mhm.
It's like you start. You know, since I was behind I didn't have a camera and no one could see me. You keyboard warrior, become empowered by it. Well, in real life.
I mean, yeah, but it's still funny.
Short little fat kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
when I was that age, I was a short little fat kid, and anyone could bully me because I was like. But when online, you could like no one else knows what you look like. You know
How
what I
tall are
mean?
you now?
I'm not tall. I'm like 5'7".
Okay, fair enough.
you're
I'm not fat anymore, but I'm 5'7".
So you're so short and little. You're just not fat. Okay.
I'm also not a bully either.
By the way,
I'm a
there's
lover.
nothing wrong with being fat because fat shaming is not okay. And calling someone a faggot is okay. Fat shaming is not. Y'all can do you. All right.
It's all intention, right? You know what I mean? Like, if
True.
The way you called me a faggot was not like trying to hurt me like if my.
I
fucking
mean,
sexual-
a few pods ago. I mean, maybe. I mean, when I release this, probably in the future. But one of the pods, I called Burley a faggot. So like, you can say. Hey, by the way, Burley's a faggot. You can say it as well. It's all good. I allow it. I veto it. Keep going.
I try less and less to say words like that just because, you know.
All right, fine. He's
Well, as
a.
you grow up, you don't really want to have it just coming out.
Yeah,
randomly.
in
You want to
public.
kind of get into habit of not saying much.
Oh yeah, true. Support him coming. I get you. Fair enough. Right, you what you were
Well,
saying?
What on my topic is that when it comes to like if I can remember have a memory of me being mean to someone and I can have the ability to talk to that person, I try my hardest these days to make amends with everyone I've hurt, and hopefully people who've hurt me do the same. Like I am going like it feels like in the past for the past 3 years, if we're gonna get into this, I've been like not severely depressed, but definitely last 3 years have been some of the hardest years of my life, which I would not change for any. I would not change because they made me go from.
It shapes you.
asshole. I was an asshole 3 years ago. I mean, I could genuinely say I was like a self-destructive dick. I was mean. I was nasty, and I didn't love myself at all then. But then it just took my first panic attack in around August 2017 for me to like. And then that changed me from that day forward. Like for the rest of my life, I can tell from the rest of my life, I'm never going to be that person before that day. But 3 years down the line, I can now recognize just patterns of behavior, and like I can see where, I can understand why I feel so shit sometimes. And it's like I can't blame anyone else for these problems but myself these days. Like,
Honestly, good on you, man. Like, it shapes you. I don't blame you. The strain it has on your mental side, it completely shapes you. Everyone goes through that, whether at an older age, younger age.
yeah.
Everyone goes through that. Every gender, every personality goes through that in their
I
own
feel
way.
like you really have to go like, if you want to make it to like the best place in your life, like you're not as grateful in moments before you've dealt with the problems, like
Yep.
the hardships of life. Because when you're a kid, right, you're not always happy, but like it's more evident of emotion because you care less. And when you get older and older, these mental burdens come with you. And then when you do have a happy moment after dealing with all these years of heartache and stuff, and mental battles and stuff, and trying to better your life, when you finally get to just getting a little bit better, and you start having these better days, these better moments, just having these feelings of happiness, you just hold on to them and you remember them so much more because you're like, wow, have come a long way from where I was. Like, it's been so long since I felt this shit, so then you can be grateful for how life is in that moment.
I wouldn't put any other way.
So
For
you say
sorry,
that
go
late nights with ordinary crafter is like the peak of your life so far?
Well, dude. Fucking hell, man.
sorry, go on.
Now we're asking the. Oh, Mo,
The thing
Mo
is,
hasn't seen
right,
it.
when
Mo
you
hasn't seen it. Mo's got no idea what we're talking about.
Those videos, like, I just, like, I'm so glad that they're recorded and out there. Like, I think I can edge anyone to do this now. If you're a child, adult, whatever, just record and upload videos. It doesn't matter about being famous. Like, you
Yeah.
will look back 10 years later and you'll be like, oh my god, like it's like one of those things where, like, I don't even care that I was never famous on Minecraft because I
It's just to
genuinely
see the
wouldn't have done
progress.
anything with it. It's just good to look back and be like, that was me 5 years ago, that was me 4 years ago, that was me 3. But like, after I had my first anxiety attack and I got developed, okay, I have OCD, like I genuinely do, and it's something I deal with daily. But
New song called OCD by Dilino. By the way, Dilino on Spotify.
put it on Spotify.
Back in a minute, new album. Come check it out.
With Back in a Minute, I feel like I explored so many different sounds, but I'm trying to really pinpoint and find. I'm just showing, like, I'm basically just getting a wad of toilet paper, putting water on it, and throwing it at a wall and hoping that it sticks.
That's the worst analogy. No.
It's not. No, it's not, because I'm trying different ways of doing things, but the same outcome. Like, I'm trying to make a song, but I'm trying heaps of different beats, flows, topics, and trying to find what really makes me feel like I'm giving out my heart. Like,
Right.
I understand, like, a lot of my music that I've made in the past and future currently, it's just I'm definitely, like, I'm miles and strides behind where I want to be. Like, I don't. When I get on the mic to this day, I still have no clue what my style is, and like, it's fine.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why
starting
I
out.
don't
You're a
want
rookie.
You like find your voice sort of thing.
That's why I don't want to be famous at the moment. I genuinely don't, because I feel like it would not be good for someone who doesn't know what they're doing yet. Like, I can make a song, I can mix it, I can master it, fine. But if I got a recording contract for an album, I would be blank because I still don't even know what I'm.
Maybe famous isn't the word. Maybe just numbers in general.
Yeah, numbers like.
Because it can blow up negatively as well. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
blow up positively.
I think because your first impression matters the most. Because if you get a bad first impression, then they're not going to be wanting to come back to your music 10 years later. Like,
Take KSI for example though. His first impression was not good, but either way, he's made his way through. His but either way, his songs are decent.
Honestly,
his album's number one.
A song
right
on there
now.
called Undefeated. That's
Yeah,
genuinely
it's
one-
actually a good album. I like his album.
Yeah, his album's number one.
Hey, the problem with the album is that, like, now, if he would have just came out with this album and just said he was making music for years and never had posted anything, because the problem with posting, right, I could post a million shit songs right now and then delete all of them and post a big song as number one, and no one would even know that I was ever shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now the thing is, everyone's always gonna be like, because like I know people to this day who only know KSI from that Lamborghini song.
But the thing is, with KSI's album, even if he released dog shit, it'd still be number one because of his viewers. He has so many.
Dude,
But
man,
it's for sure. But it's a positive growth. It's positive growth in the sense that his song's decent. People have seen him go, and it's number one because it actually sounds good, not just because he has 20 million subs.
oh no way! Like, I don't think, like, because I'm trying to think of an example here. Like let's say Logan Paul or like Jake Paul made an album. They would not get these numbers.
Didn't
'Cause
Jake Paul's like music video have like the most dislikes in a video now?
No, yes. But what I'm saying is that, like, people respect KSI for who he is and his music now.
Yeah.
I respect him because he beat up Logan Paul.
But, like,
he beat up some. He won. He didn't beat him up.
I don't care. He punched him. It's all I care about.
I genuinely watch Logan Paul these days. Like, from now on.
Hasn't he
Like,
become like
his
Joe
podcast.
Brick?
I like his podcast. I like those.
Yo,
They-
Contrast
seems like
podcast,
Kevin
better
used to be.
podcast.
Huh?
He seems better.
Such impulsive podcast.
I watched that podcast. It's a good podcast.
No, no, I'm not hating on him.
No,
I'm taking it for content.
He
Oh.
seems a lot better now than he was, say,
Yeah,
like
but you
3
still
4 years
gotta-
ago.
You still gotta like, I mean, as much as he is cool now, it's still like you can never forget. Like,
I don't like him because your public image isn't going to change. Take it this way, right? He's changed as a person for public image. How do you know he's changed as a person?
yeah, it's
Right.
True, but you know anyone's changed though.
No, it's true. Everyone's a persona, if anything, on the internet. You can say they're real, but that's your opinion of it. Like you don't know them in person unless you do, which is different. But
That's why you should never like. I'm not saying like you should never idolize like a rapper because like I've heard millions of people say it, like heaps of stories, but like you idolize these rappers' musics and what they say and all these meanings, and then you meet them in person, you think they're some sort of god when they're just an ordinary human being like you. Like
Yeah.
no one is a god. Everyone is just an ordinary fucked up person
Mhm.
who's been sad, who's been happy. Everyone is the same but different. No one's like like Kanye West makes some of the best music, but I bet you if I met him, he'd just like talk about fucking what he ate for dinner the night before. Like he's not much different, and he is, but like you know what I mean? Like they're not like he's not a god. He's just another human being. That's why I used to like look at these people like they're some sort of different animal because they're famous, but they're not. Their fame is like doesn't change the fact that you're just a human being.
yeah,
Like,
sorry.
behind all the cameras, without all the makeup and all the music, you're still sitting there at 7 p.m. eating dinner, watching something on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really like idolizing in general. Just I hate the term. I hate the concept. You can get inspired by someone, and they could be your flow of motivation, energy for that time of in your life, but they're not your idol, because
Yeah.
as times go on, your inspiration can change. You can be inspired at the age of 80 by one guy, and you can change your life, but it doesn't matter. You don't
should
idol
never
them.
You should never want to be someone else. You should always want to be the best version of you. You should never want to strive to be like them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You should take, like, if you, I say KSI. I'm a fan of him. What I'll take from KSI is his work ethic, his just the way he grinds, like the way he tries his hardest.
Right.
Those are things I can literally look at him and take them and want them to put them into my life. But do I want to be the man KSI? No, because there's a lot of things I am that he's not. Like I want to be me.
Right.
Because I know a lot of people who see these rappers and dress like them. Like they suddenly act like them. They say their words. They say their catchphrases. They dab because this person dabs. Like, do you, man?
Yeah.
Like, don't
do you,
don't yeah, do you, boo?
That doesn't mean if you,
Doing
that
it.
doesn't mean start dabbing, by the way, just because you want to do you just want to dab. Just stop dabbing,
You wanna
please.
dab, motherfucker, man.
No, just stop dabbing, please. For the love of God, stop dabbing.
I haven't dabbed in so long, dude. I'm not starting.
Yo, send me a Snapchat dabbing right now. Let me put it in the video.
Dude, you literally do not dab in
You mad me there. Okay. But just going back a second, it's about owning yourself. You should be able to respect and appreciate yourself for who you are. It doesn't matter how different you are.
And like when it comes to yourself, like you need to look at yourself in the eyes and be like, sometimes I feel like for the longest time I was letting myself like, oh, I'm this way because of this, I'm this way because of this, I'm sad because of this. Like I'm sick of just blaming everything on something else instead of just being like, yo, you're not doing anything today because you're fucking not doing anything. Stop blaming what happened 2 months ago for you sitting inside and doing nothing with your life. Like,
Right.
you have to come to terms with these problems and then feel the pain and then forgive and let go. You can't just keep blaming everyone and everything for your problems. You need to blame yourself every now and then. You're accountable for like if you go from being skinny to fat because you've had a bad few months, it's no one's fault but your own. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
I
you've had
agree.
these bad things happen, which sucks, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that you're the one who's eating the food. This is excluding people that are gain weight because of medical condition, of course. But like I'm saying, like if you're like I hate myself right now because I've gained a lot of weight, not a lot, but I've gained weight.
It's quarantine, man. It's alright.
Yeah, and I was quite down, and I was like, oh, it's because of this and it's because of that. And then a few days ago, like a week ago, I was like, dude, you're just making these excuses.
But here's the thing, right? Thing is, as long as you tell yourself that it's okay and you can fix it, and you do fix it, then it's okay. If you fall back in life, because as long as you know how to recover and you're in a mental state that you can remind yourself that hey, you're fucking up. If you can notice it, even if you fail fixing it, if you can notice that, you're set. It's about that.
And just never fall into the trap of being comfortable, because being comfortable is probably like being comfortable is the worst thing ever. Because my comfort zone is just sitting in this computer, watching videos all day, eating whatever I want. That's my comfort zone, and that's what I hate about myself, is the fact that I do those things. So like when I feel my most nervous is like going to a gym and being around people that I don't know.
They've been there for like years doing all this like shit.
Yeah, but it's like what they say is no pain, no gain. You have to put yourself in those difficult situations to get where you want to be. You can't sit inside forever and be watching these Netflix shows on everything, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not saying you only have one life, because like I'm 17, I'm gonna be old one day, and I'm spending my young
Hopefully
years doing nothing. Hopefully, man. If I die tomorrow, who cares? You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
people will care, but point is,
yeah. But what I'm saying is like we're in the prime of our lives. We can't be sitting around doing nothing. We're in the best state to do anything.
yeah, it's like a lot of songs as well where they try and like depict negative attitude, where the reality is, okay, sure, you relate to that one, but that same artist also has another song where he talks about how he fixed all that and he recovered.
Yeah.
People get stuck on the first one. They don't want to go to the recovery part.
Yeah. I like to make my songs more like, when I make a sadder song, I try to make it a journey. Like, if there's gonna be a sad song, there has to be a journey through it. Like, because I know for a fact that you don't always feel sad, you don't always feel angry, you don't always feel happy. Everything is temporary, emotional wise. That's why my mixtape, if you were to like look at every song, if you've listened to all of them, and you can depict each mood I was in for every song, like when it goes through to the bottom end of the track list, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's sad song, an angrier song, a reflecting song, and then
Say the names.
Song. Yeah.
Say the names so they know.
Oh, Rookie is a song about my ex, and then that was just like, and the thing is, during like in the hook, it talks about how she's evil and blah 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 and all these angry emotions, but then during the verse, I come to terms with my own part and why these bad things happen, because relationship is always two. Like, you can't sit there and blame your ex for everything that went wrong in the relationship, because you have to blame yourself, because it's always equal most of the times. Like, you've always, you've done things wrong in a relationship, because that's how they work. So like in the chorus, I'm a bit angry. I'm having a go at her, and then during the verses, I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that these are some of these things are my fault. But some of these things are still your fault. Like, no matter what, it's not just like one-sided. And then flipping over to Know Me, that goes after the breakup, where one of my friends was talking to my ex, and at the time that really hurt me because I wasn't really over it. And then it was like other than that, it went from that and then turning into a song about how like people pretend to know you, but they don't even know who you are. Because that's probably the worst feeling in the world, when someone you hear about people talking about your story when they don't even know your story. Yeah. Like, people think to this day, I'm like, there was this girl at the gym the other day, and this is gonna be the weirdest story. I was working out, and I've known this girl for a few years. She's in my house. She was in my house class, and she's always looked at me and smiled. I can always tell she liked me, like, in that way. Like, you can feel it. But I was like, she just attracted to me. And then she started talking to me at the gym one time, and I just told her, I looked in her eyes, and I was like, if you really knew me, you probably wouldn't like me. Like, I was not saying that in a way where it's like I'm a bad person, but like, you like an image of me, that you like what I post online, you like my songs, but like, behind all that is a boy, a very sad, I'm like one of those guys who comes off when you see me in person is very happy and cheerful, but when take that apart, my public image, I'm a very hurt person. I've gone through a lot in my life.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. And then she started talking to me a few days later. She was like, she was like to me, she thought we had a thing, which we generally didn't. Like I'm not into that. And then she goes, "Oh, I don't think we should talk like that anymore." I was like confused, and she goes, I was like, I was right. I was like, I told you once you actually get to know me, you'd realize that I'm not this person you think I am.
Well,
Which didn't offend me.
well, look, all of this just shows that a person, honestly, like I'm completely against dating when you're young, just because of how it shapes you as a person, especially like children being like opposed to technology. So not opposed to young kids, people the age of 8 plus with technology around them, iPads to phones to games. From that to relationships when they're young, it just shapes you into a very negative person.
It does. It's too true, man.
Like
Oh, you keep going.
for when I was young, I grew up with a lot of like toys, not technology. At the age of 12 plus, I got into technology. I was still fucked over. Imagine if I went to the age of 13 and just went, it was just socializing, and if it wasn't relationships and it wasn't technology, I think I'd be the same person I am today, but I would be a completely different person in terms of, I don't know how to say, like being nice. I'd be much nicer.
Yeah, I tell my mum this often, but like I remember when I first got my first iPod and then my computer, and I told her this. I was like, the happiest memories as I was a kid were before technology, and when we just had little like just toys, and we had to make our own fun. I would make movies with my mum's camera.
That's
Like,
rough.
that was me having fun. And, like,
That's rough.
dude, I'm
Well,
not
that
even,
don't even matter. Yeah.
I'm not even, dude, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I just saw that on your album, Mr. Snowby Studios, and I just brought back so many memories.
Dude, that's the inside joke. I keep it at Snowby Studios because I like
Yeah.
it.
I love it.
I
Keep it,
saw that
keep it. It's
before as
fucking
well.
sick. It's actually so many jokes.
Okay, back to the Nomi song. That's like that song's old. Like that's from the. Okay, like all these
Rookie's old
songs.
as well, right?
Rookie's one of the newer ones compared to some of these. You'd be like I don't release every song I make because it's like sometimes I feel quite, it's some of these songs like on Butterfly. It's genuinely like the fact that people know some of these things about me now. It's like I'm putting myself out there. You know what I mean?
This is your way of expressing yourself, and that's
Yeah.
awesome, actually.
It's
Rookie
like-
you released like a while ago, right? You released Rookie a while ago.
Released Rookie on the December 5th.
Okay, yeah.
But Rookie is like genuinely my favorite song I've made because it's just the beat. I love the beat. I love
That's
the
what I
guitar.
think is the best in your album.
Oh, okay. Like I that's definitely my favorite. But like, I think Going Up Now and Vibe With Me just makes me happier because that was when I was going through a very good part of my life. It was like a good part of my life, like a good few. Like I made Going Up Now when I was probably like just like having most fun in a long time, and I made Vibe With Me. Definitely. Like see like. I can't make these songs at the moment because I'm definitely at the moment since the fire. I had a house fire since we're on a podcast about a month or two ago, and then my parents split up, and then fucking hell, then I moved out of my current house, and then in about 2 weeks' time I go out on the boat with my dad for a few months to get money while we figure out where we're gonna be living, and where I'm gonna be living because I'm turning 18 soon. So like my whole life currently has just been like before this all happened. I can tell you I was still just as in a bad place as I am now. But I was comfortable, you know what I mean? Like I said, I was ruining my own life in 2020. Like 2020 has definitely been like so far my most self-destructive worst year.
I think it's been everyone's self-destructive. It's just been that year.
Yeah. There's nothing you can really do that is well, you can be productive, but there's not a whole lot you can do.
I can hear what you guys like mean, but like even this before quarantine, I was still like being a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, for same for me. Like this year has been the absolute upside down. Everything just went downhill since I've come back to Australia. I don't know. Like leaving this country was a good decision. Then I came back and it just I don't know. It's ups and downs. But when you move on, you push.
Yeah. I think it was like in started 2020 like January. I started for the very first time in my life having bad migraines, which I never had before. Every single day, every time I woke up, for like weeks, and then I remember mid-January I didn't have them for 3 weeks, and for 3 weeks I did everything in my power to do everything I ever wanted to do. Something you should do every single day. You know what I mean? And I've never, like, I can tell you this, I never felt more happy. I was doing the most. That's when I made Going Up Now. It was that time. And that's why it's such a happy song. 'Cause I was in such a good way. And then I remember waking up one morning and went surfing. This is how crazy it was. I got up at fucking the morning, went surfing by myself, just for fun.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, and then I had a migraine again, and I went to bed as soon as I got home, and then I was straight back. And I went to the doctor because we thought it might have been a brain injury for a while, and then he told me, he was like, you're just too stressed. Like you're too in your own head. You're thinking too much. And I was like, what the fuck's he talking about? Like, I've been thinking too much my whole life. I've been stressed my whole life, but like, I started walking around.
Added up.
Yeah, lately I've been like, I was walking around the house and I could feel the way I was tightening my face and my jaw, clenching it, and I was like, oh, these are the things that I'm doing every day that are causing me to feel so shit. And for the past week and a half, I haven't had migraine at all, and I haven't had them as bad in a long time, but I write a lot at the moment. I have a book and I write down my daily thoughts and what I did today, blah blah blah, and I'm trying to understand my pattern of where I go wrong and what happens. I'm trying to understand psychologically what makes me fall back into like this rut, slump, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so you know where you need to progress.
Yeah, and I think I understand now is because I don't put myself in these hard situations enough where I'm not comfortable. I try to stay in my comfort zone too much, and that's like I have been like as soon as like I'm trying to find every challenge that I can face right now and do it, but I've in a way there's not really any challenges around me to do, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I accepted this podcast to come on, I was happy as fuck, and then about an hour or two before, this happens with everything that happens in my life. I'm excited when I first talk about it, and then I forget about it. I'm doing things, and then when it comes around the time, this voice inside my head is like, dude, just like you know, it's like that negative voice, and it comes out and it makes you feel like shit.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, they all have that guy. They all have that
Fuck
guy.
that guy.
That guy.
Now that guy's a faggot.
That guy's literally a faggot. But you just gotta push past that guy because you don't realize that it's always the thing that voice that tells you not to do something is only telling you that because it's something you need to do.
Yeah, slap him with a cock and do it. Now that doesn't mean go steal or go rape someone or something wrong. Try and stay in a boundary of good things.
I don't
But
think that inner voice is the quitting voice, Mo, not the.
It's not,
wait, did I just come out with something negative? Hold on.
I don't have a voice that tells me to go and rape anybody.
Listen, I'm just trying to do a bit, but I'm like,
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to do here.
like I'm just making it clear for everyone else. Trying to make it clear, I'm not a rapist. Please don't come at me.
Okay. I need to get into this. This is more... the music. You guys said you. Okay, Max first. Yeah. Max.
So, Rookie was the best.
You gotta get your track list out because you need to talk about the music.
I've got it up.
I have it up on the
So
screen
Rookie
right
was the
now.
best, I think.
Uh-huh.
You said one line impacting it. I'm going to play a bit through it now. I need to try and find what it was. That was really questionable.
Is it the one about being gay?
Yeah, you know it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
like,
genuinely something true. Because like my whole life, people thought I was gay, when I was just always just really different to everybody else, and I always made sure I was different around people. And when I was younger, I was very flamboyant.
What was the line again? Do you want to just rap it for us real quick?
I don't actually. It's a freestyle, so I didn't write the lyrics down. So
It's like they used to think they bullied me because I was different. They all thought I was gay or something like that.
So you want to come out today or?
I was a different kid. I was the kid everybody thought was gay, but I was always just trying to smile and have a brighter face. And all those days, those scars will never fade because the scars that kids made me feel different because I was just a different kid genuinely still affect me to this day. Like my whole family, my friends, everyone made me feel ridiculed for being like just doing whatever I want. I always was the kid who was doing the most crazy. I made Minecraft videos in a school where
everyone knows about it.
Everyone did sport. I was the only kid who was like, fuck sport. I want to fucking do videos. I want to be. I was just a comedian. I was just happy. I was always joking around, and everyone made me feel like I was gay. Like
the entertainer person rather than.
Yeah, and like even when I was starting high school, my sister was telling everybody I was gay because I was very uncomfortable at talking about girls.
Man,
in front of
fuck
my
your
friends.
sister. That's
No,
fucked up.
no, dude, she was young, just as young as she was young. And I was an
Okay.
asshole at that age too, so I can't pretend. So I mean,
It's just like an older sibling thing.
It
anyway.
just happens in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
small
yeah.
town then. Like
I
everyone
understand.
finds out, rumors spread faster.
I understand why it's questionable, but it's just like, I remember in 2017 when I first started having my OCD problems. I'll come out and open this, but like I used to have a fear. It's gonna sound weird because if you don't know what OCD is, but I used to have a fear that I was gay. Just laugh. Just laugh. Just laugh.
Um,
It's crazy, eh?
just laugh. He says like,
It's funny.
yeah, but like I laugh when you bring.
Man.
Oh man.
Like,
So
it was
you're
like-
gay or like?
No, because OCD, right?
No. But are you gay though?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'll-
You're clearing it up. You're just clearing it up.
I
Okay.
say this comfortably now. If
Nothing
I was
wrong with
gay,
it, by the way. Nothing wrong
I
with
would
it.
suck a dick. I'll just suck a dick, dude. I don't. I've come to a point in my life where I'm actually comfortable with who I am. So if I was gay, I'd just go and be gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Nothing wrong with it. But okay. So this clears up the fact when I used to make gay jokes, you used to get upset,
Yeah.
especially towards you.
That was before the OCD, but that was just because everyone in my fucking family.
It's still a trigger though. So I apologize. I didn't know.
I think the fear came from the fact that I was bullied as a kid for being everyone thought I was gay, and I remember I was August 25th, and then I was just like, what if they're right, and what if I am gay for literally no reason? And the problem with OCD is that
It
OCD
makes you obsessed over it. That's what it is.
OCD is a problem because you can't answer these questions.
Yeah.
You can't. Your brain doesn't allow you to go. No,
It's
I'm not gonna
obsession.
move on." Yeah, it's an obsession.
It,
And
yeah, it makes you obsessed with thinking,
Like-
what if I am though?
And when I blocked you in that mode, like I was genuinely in the worst place in my life, and like that stuff. Like I regret it, of course.
I get it, man. I get it. I get it.
And I talked to you in 2000. Thing is, like a lot. I'm not trying to say anything bad about my friends now, but like I guess we all talk negatively about you in the situation that made me feel negative. But then after a while, I mean, I moved on so quick. I was like over in 2018, man.
Do
Like
you
I was.
still talk to them or?
Yeah, we're all good friends, but like we all have differing opinions in that, of course. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
fair.
if they don't like you, like I mean, I don't even know for sure if they all like me. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if they like me, but like they don't all have to like me.
It's
They
like when like a lot of people question me why I hang out with my IRL friends, but I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? So same can go with why you hang out with them. Like I said, I don't care what they think about me, and as long as I'm good with individuals that I have a relation with, then I'm fine.
Yep, that's good, man.
Like
So okay, wait, I really need to clear up this gay thing.
CRU podcast number 2 #, Dylan is gay. No. I'm
Okay.
kidding. Okay, nothing wrong with it, by the way. But yeah, keep going.
Okay, so this is when I first had my first panic attack, my first anxiety attack, and the first time I'd ever experienced depression all at the same day and going forward. And as a man, and this is why I promote this so heavy, I was raised to never talk about your feelings. You know what I mean? Like, I was raised in an environment where I was not allowed to be sad.
You need to
Yeah,
keep it all
I'll
sheltered. You can't. Yeah.
Because growing up, in my family, my family was very bad. Like not very bad, but we had a lot of. It was so much fighting, not physical, but it was all verbal. But the things my family would say to each other, man, was like evil shit. Like, and I remember when it was said to me in one-on-one by an individual in my family, I would not tell anybody because I didn't want to cause drama. I didn't want to make a big deal. And I guess when I got that pattern of thinking stuck with me until, well, it still holds with me to this day, of course. But like, I remember like when it first happened, the first thought was that I couldn't tell anybody. Like the first thought was I couldn't tell anybody because then they'll think I'm gay, and then everyone would hate me and shit. Like that was what I thought every single day for about 3 months. And around October, this is gonna go dark, but like this is the first time where I was very close to actually killing myself. The
Damn.
only time in my life.
Shit.
The only time in my life. And it was just one night where I was just like this is like, imagine every single day, every single moment of the day, you cannot rest. Like, you cannot stop thinking about, and not like your body is Like, just imagine being really sad and angry all the time, every single day, and not being able to tell a single soul. That is where I was at
Yep.
for 3 months, and I was in this. I didn't tell a single person. And then one day I was just in my kitchen, and it was just the worst anxiety attack I've ever had. It was genuinely the most painful. I was crying, and I'd never cried before this, by the way. Like, I'd never cry.
You have trouble breathing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just remember I didn't want to kill myself, but like I just wanted the pain to stop, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Just off topic, but related to that. Listen, people, killing yourself is not the answer. Obviously, a helpline is not going to solve that issue, but I will leave a helpline in the description down below and on the screen. Talk to someone, let it out, and make sure that you need to remind yourself that you're going to be fighting your battles. There's resources to help you fight that. Go buy a sword in your head. Like, buy. There's free resources out there. Pretend that's a sword in a video game. You're going to help yourself fight your battles. Okay? You need to get out there and talk to someone about it. You can't keep it bottled up. You can't keep it bottled up.
No, you can't. And I'm the prime example. I literally was like, if I had not told anybody for another 3 months, I'd be dead. For sure. 1000%. And I remember I had an ex-girlfriend at the time who was very horrible too. Like, this is like the person I made that video about ex-girlfriend sent me nudes. That was, by the way, the most evil thing I've ever done. I should have never done that. And because it caused so much bullying to her at school.
There's like your story time videos.
Yeah, those were fucked up, dude. I regret all of those videos.
One of them I really loved, and that was the KFC chicken skin one.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's funny, but it's like I'm being mean to people.
Yeah, you're being mean, but like,
yeah, I mean,
it's
but, like,
hilarious.
yeah, it is hilarious because, but like oftentimes enough, it's just like the hilarious things and mean things coincide.
Yeah.
But anyways, off that, I told her about it, and I remember just as soon as I told her, man, no one gives a shit. Like, you really need. Okay, this is gonna sound fucked up, but like, I told her everything. And then, the next day, it's not like she thinks about me and all these problems every single day. People have their own lives to live. I was so caught up in the thoughts that, like, if I told anybody, they would know all these things about me and think about ways to hurt me with these things. No, people think like that, some people, but people that are your friends don't. Like, they genuinely do not want to fuck you up and, like, want you to suffer. But, like, if you think that right now, I'm just telling you firsthand, your mum doesn't want to see you suffer. Like, you know what I mean? Your I don't know if your mum specifically, but just someone close to you doesn't want to see you suffer.
Okay,
You know,
your family doesn't want you to see you suffer. Okay, yeah, go on.
Your close friends, and like once you start telling them and opening up, and like make sure they understand, because like first time you tell them, they're probably not going to understand. You know what I mean? Because like you've gone from this person everyone thought was a happy, go-loving guy, and then you're suddenly telling them that you're like depressed, you're all this. Like, it's gonna take a while for them to adjust and understand where you're coming from. But once you start talking and letting it out, I remember the same day I told her I was watching this guy called Mark Freeman on YouTube. If you have OCD, Mark Freeman on YouTube, the best OCD coach ever. I still watch him to this day when I'm going through my tough days. But man, I remember watching these tips. He was just like, with your compulsions, when you go to think about the thoughts, if that makes sense. Like, we all get thoughts and we are not them. Like, if I had a thought, like when I thought I was gay, I would go into the reasons in my head, like, why am I not gay? Like, I'm not gay because I've hooked up with a girl. I'm not gay because
Why am I not gay?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
I
you
think
just
that.
said.
Yeah, and I think that every day. And then like the thing he taught me was that you just gotta like stop thinking about it. Like, stop opening the
Just
thought.
sidetrack yourself, yeah.
Yeah, just like it's just avoid the thought, and eventually it doesn't. Like, I still get these thoughts. They're different now, of course. Different OCD develops and turns into different things, but it's just the same coping mechanism. You just need to relax and understand that you just can't think about all these things. You need to do. Like, you need to use your hands, not your mind all the time. So like, I'll just be like, when I'm having these thoughts, I'll just be like, go do the dishes, or like, go watch a video, and then suddenly they're gone. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then after like a few months, I remember this, like a week or two later, I was happy again, like crazy. It was like I was cured, and I got so worked up that I was cured that I fell back into it, of course, because like it's not.
Yeah,
mental
happens a
health.
lot.
Yeah, mental health. There's no cure to mental health. Like you just have to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah, but like I said, those resources are available. Reach out to them. Go reach for it and try it. Don't be negative towards it.
But think about me now. If like you're gonna think, like 3 years ago, I thought I was done for, and then I was gonna end all that night. And 3 years later, like I don't think I'd ever think like that again because I know that I know like after like just I know there's always a brighter side. I know there's the way through. There just is. They wouldn't talk about it if there wasn't. There wouldn't be such a talked about thing if it wasn't true. Like, but I understand when you haven't gone through it for the first time, it seems like there is no other way out. You need to just try your hardest. That is that. Like, if you put your all into it, it's gonna work. I promise. It may not work the first time, but like you just need to keep working at it instead of like. I understand that giving up is such an easier thing to do, but it's just we all have something in us. We're all meant to do something. We're all gifted in our own different ways. Like we're all able to get through it. If we're all equally able to get through it, and I'm just to this day, I'll always be someone who listens to everybody if they have problems. If someone needs someone to talk to, I'm always there. And throughout my entire life, I want to just help and better people. I do not want to bring down anybody else for the rest of my life. And that is just the way I've been thinking, especially for the past 6 months. Like, I've realized the most important part of recovery is taking what you know about the recovery and giving that to other people. Yeah, it's just like, I'll never be perfect and I'll never be without these battles in my head, but I know I'm still alive and I know I still have a future, and that's what keeps me going.
Good on you, Dylan. Good on you. On that thought, my Twitter DMs are open if you guys want to come open up. If you want someone random, go for it. But
yeah.
Sorry?
Well, no, I was just pulling my phone out. Okay, you keep going. You keep going.
Okay. Okay, I was gonna transition. I'm just gonna do it. Dylan, I want to know the process that went behind this mixtape. I'm curious.
We have a break.
A break?
I need to piss really bad.
Go, run.
Alright, go. Just go, for fuck's sake. I'm not cutting this out, that stays. How was your day, Max?
Yeah, chill, didn't do anything.
Yeah. Dude, uni work's fucking annoying as.
I didn't end up doing it, I was going to, but...
I had a whole ICT fucking website to code. It's just basic HTML. I already know it, but like it's still annoying. It's tedious and it's time consuming. I'm halfway done.
Yeah, I'm going to prepare an oral presentation.
Oh shit.
And then I've got to design a code for something, I don't know what.
Are you going to present? For me, when my oral presentation was a recording, I had to send the video in. Did you?
It's a recording, except with a presentation, like a PowerPoint.
Oh, like audio.
Oh.
What? What do you say?
I can hear you from the toilet.
Oh.
No, I have wireless headphones. Just listen.
Oh, okay. Alright. Either way, though, promotion segment. Okay. Check out our Twitter, our SoundCloud, our YouTube in the comments down below. If you're listening on SoundCloud, check out the YouTube. If you're on YouTube, check out the SoundCloud. Make sure to check out Dilino on his Spotify, on his Twitter, on his Instagram.
Spotify, anywhere you can stream music, I'm on there. Don't even bother buying it. It's free. No matter what, music is free nowadays. I make this music for you. YouTube, Dilino, back in a minute. Or you can find it every single place you listen.
TikTok.
It's there. It's there. It's on TikTok.
Fucking check it out on TikTok.
It's literally everywhere. Just type in DILINO, Dilino, back in a minute. It's not hard. You enjoy it, promise.
It might. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the next step though. Okay. This is my opinion. Max can give his. So for me, I've seen your first ever song you ever made, Peps. Okay, all right. I've seen it. I've heard of it. All right, maybe not in the middle, but I've seen a massive growth, a massive change. Yes, okay. Compared to artists, it has flaws, but I'm genuinely impressed. My favorite is Vibe With Me. I think you can make decent music if you keep grinding. How do you feel about it, Max?
Yeah, it's definitely an improvement from other stuff.
But it's like really good improvement.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Should we give it a rating?
I mean, you haven't even talked about the music. You just
The beats were hard.
Talking about the album.
I like the beats.
Thanks, man.
Like the actual beats.
I think the lyrics have improved. I think that each each individual song has its own rhythm, has its own story behind it, which is always nice, you know. That's your way of expressing it, so that's nice to see that. And for some people, it inspires them. So, like, this could be inspiration for someone else, which is sick. I don't want to rate it. I don't think rating is nice, at least for songs. Unless you're a massive, you're just starting out. So I'm not gonna rate it.
Yeah.
But
Days Go By was pretty good as well. I like that one.
That was made so long ago, man. The music now, like, I released that music because I'm currently in the situation where I'm leaving, so I wanted to at least get all
Like,
my
for something.
favorite songs I've made so far, and add a few that I've made currently, and just put them out. So like I'm sick of having people say you make music, and I know I have all these good songs and all these songs I've made on my computer, and the fact that when they go to see me on Spotify, it's like shit songs that I made like 2019, which
Or
I'm
is
not
like,
proud of.
egotistical and that stuff.
Yeah, like songs that I was just making when I was figuring out everything. Like, you know, like it's like
Mhm.
I've only been making music consistently for about a year, and like the difference between my very first proper song that started last year, Champion, and now is like I genuinely have come so fucking far in such a short amount of time that I know that I'll triple that in 2 years, 3 years. But I was just sick of waiting. I was sick of if anyone wanted to search me up on Spotify, that they were hearing stuff I wasn't
Like
that
proud
wasn't
of.
me at the current moment. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna knuckle down for a bit, get it all finished, because as much as like every song, like no matter what it is, no matter how I rap, takes 4 or 5 hours to make. It takes so
Yeah.
long to make
Oh,
music.
maybe even longer actually.
Depending on the song, man. Like I could say that now that like Butterfly probably took me like 5-6 hours. Fucking Rookie took me 5-6 hours. Like to rap, to mix, and it's just 5 or 6 hours. Like I mean, this is days. They all took days to make. They all weren't finished the same day.
Yeah.
I'd make it. I'd listen to it. I'd run to it. I'd go for a
Trial
walk
and
in-
error, yeah.
Yeah, listen to it on a speaker. Listen to it everywhere. And it took a while for me. Like Vibe with Me was okay. Vibe with Me. Okay, that took me no time to make. That was genuinely because the way my just everything came together on that song was perfect. The vibe and like the sound, the beat,
The
everything.
vibe.
Yeah, just the vibe. The vibe. Really, the song was called Fuck FUK before it was called Vibe with Me.
Okay. Okay, this name's better. Okay.
Vibe with Me is a complete freestyle, start to finish. Didn't write a thing on that.
Why with me is good. So you should bracket it as freestyle, by the way.
Nah, because it's more of a song. It's more of a freestyle.
Very
like,
labeled one as freestyle though.
it's yeah, freestyle was like I was telling a story freestyle. Like I was going off my thoughts. Like Vibe with Me is like a vibe. Like I was like pausing it, and then I was making the melodies and the lyrics. in
Okay,
my
alright, fair enough. Fair enough.
and like I think okay, can you tell back in a minute freestyle was made literally like a week or two ago. That was just the freestyle I'd done because like I wanted to find like jump out of these beats that I use currently. I make all these bouncy songs. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and use a different type of beat, and just because I feel like the way some like the Vibe with Me beat going up now beat, it's very hard to tell a story on such bouncy beats. And I just wanted to quickly like make a quick freestyle about why this music is a thing, and it's just like a freestyle about how I'm leaving, how I'm gonna miss my friends, and why I'm leaving. Because it's more for one reason. Like once I leave Westport, it's not just because of the fire, but also because of the memories, the pain, all that stuff. Like it all lives together. And
It's
you
a
ask
new
me, like,
chapter.
yeah, it's a new chapter. And that was made recently, and They Wanna Know is probably like one of my most iffy songs on the track list. I just wanted to make a song with my friends. Like not my
Yeah.
friends. Oh, Sin's my friend, but the other guy I don't really know. But I just wanted to make a song with that vibe. I don't know if it's my favorite now. I don't think it's gonna live as longer in my heart as some of these others.
I read Sin as simp. I thought it was a meme. I just saw it as Sin. I'm like, wait a minute. Going up now, Vibe with Me and Rookie are probably my favorites.
Those are my 3 favorites too.
God damn, look at that.
Butterfly is definitely probably one that means the most to me, just because it's the most like storytelling. I don't know. When I listen to Butterfly, it feels like I'm listening to my own thoughts, like how I feel, and like when it tells me to like like the song's written from perspective of wanting my significant other to change, but I know they won't, and they'll always stay the same. And it's a flip side because that's the way I think about myself. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I'm talking to this person, and when I was writing the song, I was talking about my ex, and then halfway, when I was listening to it, I was like, "This is basically this feels more like it's just about me. Like I'm talking about myself. Like because
Mm.
at the time I was just like, I'm not changing. Like
Right.
I'm too focused on the past. I'm living in this pain, and I'm not living in the moment. Which butterflies is just like the feeling of just like it's a corny term, but like it's just like the whole like what I say. I'm too comfortable, and like you know when the butterflies is like the feeling of just like uncomfortableness. To me, so like just letting them go away and then living in that moment and doing what you have to do is real. And like when I listen to that song when I'm really in like in a mood, it generally can change the way I think. So like the fact that a song about from me can make me feel different makes me happy. So that's why it means so much to me.
I'm glad,
'Cause-
man. It's good. I'm gonna ask you to talk a little about the process, because obviously most albums when they come out, they're made in a studio or they come out of mum's basement. But like, I'm
Yep.
curious, what's your process?
Okay, so well, let's go to the origins, man. Let's just talk about the whole process from the start. This has been a crazy journey.
Go for it.
I'm not even like a rapper. It just is like if this never becomes a job, I'll never care. I love it because I do it. I love doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Hobby, yeah.
It's a hobby. It's something I like to do. It's just
It's the same thing with CRU. I get you.
yep. It's if I never make a dime off this, I've spent $600 on the mic I'm using right now, the Rode NTA1. It's a fucking beautiful.
Fuck
mic.
yeah, dude. The Rode. I love Roads. It's such a good comp.
dude.
They're amazing.
That's why, like, no, if I start once I get mixing better and I'm learning more as I go, no matter how I'll learn how to make it sound perfect studio quality because I invested in the mic. That's like the main number one thing is software and mic. And my mum bought me the software for my birthday, which is really nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
But I bought the mic out of my own money. It cost me $600.
That's insane. It's fucking massive.
Heart.
It's part of your soul. It's
But, dude,
gone.
I love it to this day. I love it to this day. I would never change it for a fucking word. But I made Champion. I made a few songs before Champion while I was with my girlfriend in 2018 for a year, and I was realizing that I had these aspirations and I just didn't have the time. Well, I did in a way I had the time, but like mentally I was just not free, if that makes sense. Where I didn't have the free time because we were in a relationship where we were way too close, more obsessed. Like or like every moment it felt like we were together. And in a relationship like that, they never work.
It's just young and immature. That's literally it.
Yeah. They're just too young, and we were too. And to this day, I love her so much, and she knows everything about me. And like, I'll never be able to be with her again because when we talked last.
You can literally see his fucking armpits when you click on that. By the way, the fucking use your control minus.
Oh, I've seen that. I know exactly.
I record my screen just to make live edits edit, and I'm just on this page right now, and I can see your armpits. And it's just in there. It's just there. So like, I'm just gonna zoom into that. I feel like while you're talking about this.
Leave my armpits alone.
So I'm sorry. Keep going.
I started making music. I started just rapping in 2018, the start of the year. Made the song called fucking. I mean, I've been rapping for 3 years, but I started trying to make music properly with a song called what was it called? It was called like Anti-Anthem. That was it. It's not a bad. No, it's not a horrible song. It's genuinely it's bad, but it's not horrible.
I remember
Yeah.
that. Dylan, I mean not Dylan. Pavan gave you so much shit for having anti in there.
Yeah, I just like the brand. I think he was such a hype beast, bro. Who gives a fuck about brands? I just thought anti-Dylan was cool because I was anti-social.
I remember you guys having anti, yeah.
That was the name, anti-social Dylan, anti-Dylan. That was the name at the time.
No, he's just mental. It's honestly fine. But yeah.
Insecurity, whatever. What do you But anyways, yeah. After that, I not made music after that because I made a good a decent song at the time. For me, it was my best song, of course. But now it's shit. But at the time, I made my best song, my best work, and I got heaps of streams, blah blah blah, from all my friends, support. Because heaps of people hated it because it wasn't that good. But I tried making songs after that, and they just weren't as good. The vibe wasn't there, and they gave up as I was doing, and I have been dealing with the fact that I give up too easily sometimes. when I have something. And then around the end of 2018, when I was like at the point in my relationship where I was thinking about breaking up, but it was like I was too in love at the time, and I just wanted more for me. Because of course, like people could say it's selfish, but like at the end of the day, you have one person to focus on. It's yourself, really. And you can't fucking focus your life about being the best for someone else. You need to be the best you first.
Yeah.
So, because I always got called selfish for thinking that I wanted to be better and do these things for me. It's selfish because you're with this person. No, I want to be the best me first, and I wasn't at the time. I started making music then with my friend who betrayed me in the end, really hurt me, betrayed my trust, everything, which I don't want to talk about. I've come to terms with it, and I guess I felt like it was kind of karma for the way I treated you, but like it was very bad for me at the time because she cheated on me at that time.
Fuck cheaters.
And then at the same time, he had said a lot of bad things to me around me, posting on social media about me. I never said a word about him anywhere on social media because that's not the way I talk, the way I'm at. But the fact that he was constantly trying to like bring me down, those few months were horrible, man. Like, because it was like he was my best friend, so it was like at the time I was like my music. I stopped making music again, and then around April, I mean I'd always wanted to, but like I never put the work in. Like, it's always a want, but I never put the work in. Around April, I freestyled to a beat before work, and it was Champion, and I made it released on SoundCloud, and then I was like, I've got money now. Why don't I put this on Spotify? And not even because I wanted the song to be, not because I thought the song was good enough to be big. I just wanted it on Spotify. You know what I mean? I just wanted to search my name up on Spotify and for me to come up, because when that first time I was on Spotify, dude, that was like the coolest thing in the fucking world.
It still is. It still is.
It's definitely, you know, of course, I'm glad it's still there, but it's been a year now, so it's like different. But like at the time when I saw my song there, and when I said listen to my song on Spotify, I felt like I was like, because you know how it says friend activity on Spotify and it shows you who you listen, or your friends, and who they're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the fact that my name would pop up, and it's on right now, my sister wasn't on my song. In fact, I was like, yeah, it would. And then after Champion, I had released a song. They released Egotistical, which let's just not talk about that.
And then was Beyblade after that?
Beyblade after that, just I was going through I was not serious, like in the way I was making music, like in the way like I wasn't making serious music. I was just making music, you know. I was just making it, which doesn't matter if it's shit or not. I was still making.
You're living your life as a kid, yeah.
Yeah, and then I made a song called One Time, and I posted on my Instagram, and like it was the first time where I'd had people like genuinely be like, yo, this is a good song. I want this song. I want this on my playlist. And like that made me so happy. And I held on to that song for a while because I wanted to release it with a project, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A project, but I just didn't have the work ethic. I was going through glandular fever at the time. I was just in a very bad spot, sick, didn't want to do anything. Just, you know, you'll find that with my story, it comes with a lot of downs. But there's always months, like I've had a lot more downtime in life than I have uptime. Like
Right.
So, and then around my birthday, I just randomly posted right on Instagram. I'd be like, I'm gonna release a mixtape for my birthday, and after I'd said it, got like heaps of likes. I was like, fuck, now I have to. And that gave me the incentive, and I got all the songs put together, and I released my first ever mixtape, quote unquote, called 17. Of one-time champion homies, Beyblade, Damage, and Jungle. And genuinely, to this day, oh man, I hate it. I hate listening to it. I hate the existence of it, but it was growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's progress.
A stepping stone.
But I didn't put as much work into it as I wanted to. I didn't put as much effort. I didn't put as much time if I wanted to. And the thing is, if you have these regrets with something like that, like a project like that, like the fact that in the back of your mind, everyone's giving you this credit, like, bro, this is great. Like, you've done so well, you worked so hard to make this, I'm so proud of you. Get these messages all day from people. That took a toll on my mental health because afterwards I was just like, dude, I didn't do these things that I was claiming I was doing. You know what I mean? I was accepting these compliments that weren't true. Like saying that I worked so hard and I've done so much and this is the best. And I know I could have done better deep down. And the fact that I knew I could have done better and worked harder drove me into like last year. I went into another depression, probably like another sadder one, where it was more like the fact that I kind of like disliked myself for the way I just I made so many mistakes with it. But then I just like randomly in November, I wasn't going to school. I'd stopped going to school because I had too much anxiety around going to school. And like, I'm not trying to flex here, but I'm a smart dude. When it comes to school, I can always pass everything. Like, it's never been a problem. But like, just even like, even when I know I can, I still feel like I can't. And that's like a problem I've always had to deal with, is that my confidence was just at an all-time low, and I'm just building on it now. But confidence comes from hard work. You have to work hard to build confidence. And the fact that I wasn't working hard is why my confidence was so low. And with this project, I can't say I worked hard to get it out, and I can't say I worked hard to, but I could tell you that every song I worked hard on. Like every song on here, I genuinely worked hard on.
Like, you put effort into each one.
Yeah, every song on these songs, I listen to and I don't hate them, because I know that like I know that some of them aren't as good as others, but I know for a fact that it's all listenable, and I know for a fact that it's like I'm just so happy that I've finally like got to a point where I'm making music where it's actually decent, and like I'm finally actually proud of myself.
Good on you, man. Good on you.
I think if you can get to a point where you're able to listen to your own music and not go like, oh no, I don't want to listen to it, I'm going to turn it off, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's when you know you've done decent, because other people won't necessarily give you, like, they know that you put effort in or something like that, and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's good. But if you're able to like listen to it, go, it's fine.
When
then
you can listen to it and say, fuck, this is good, then nobody can tell you it's not good.
Yeah, because
I mean, even if they do, fuck them.
Yeah, that's the sentiment. Is that like when people said, like Champion was shit, I felt deep down that it was shit. So it would affect me in a way, because it was like, oh, I want everyone to give me this validation, so I ain't like it. Like, fuck up, Dylan. Validation doesn't mean shit. You have to like it, and like the fact that I could say I like most of these songs in this project. I listen to this project often. I've listened to this more times than anyone else ever will.
Yeah, in relation to that, in making videos or anything in general, if you wouldn't like it yourself, you shouldn't do it, or at least try to improve it on it to make it so you would do it yourself, or you would like it yourself.
So the fact is that I like this music, and if someone messaged me saying it's shit, I'd be like, fuck you, man, I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And I genuinely do. And the process behind it,
thanks for your opinion that no one asked for.
yeah. And the process, well, I'll go on YouTube, and there's a process I'm trying to fix, because I'm quite inconsistent with it, because I get so distracted. But let's say, what song do you want to know the process for? Let's just get a quick song. Just get your favorite one. I'll tell you how I made it.
Rookie.
Ah, man. So I never actually intended to make a song like that. Of course, like it's not really how I make music. I just look up type beat on YouTube, and I never go for a specific sound or a type of rapper, because then you'll rap like them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So like Drake type beat, I'll try and rap like Drake, but I just like put type beat in, and I look at the thumbnails and the titles, and that's how I decide which one to click. Because usually how producers title their beats is how they feel when they're making the beat. And the beat is called, for Rookie, I have it on my computer still, it's called like Evil, She's Evil. And I listened to the beat, and it's like, and then when I heard the guitar, I was like, that's sick. And then the drums came in, and I was like, this song's like perfect, like in every single way. Like, this is like a match made in heaven. You don't often get that with beats, because it's like quite hard to find a perfect beat, because especially on YouTube, where everyone makes the same shit, no one's creative with their beats, everyone's trying to make what's hot.
Yeah, you don't have like an actual user concept. It's more like just random people. Yeah, and like I found the Rookie beat, and I was just like, I didn't even. It's a Juice WRLD type beat, and I can't even hear Juice WRLD on that beat. Like I can, but like it's too hard. I heard myself on that beat. I was like, that's me. Once I heard the guitar, and here it is. Oh my god! In fact, I downloaded it 4 times. That's how much I liked it.
there was something perfect about that beat. And then I remember I grabbed the beat, as I do, and I chuck it into FL Studio. I get my vocals set up, get the auto-tune set up with the perfect key and stuff, and I listen to the beat. And usually when I listen to the beat for the very first time, a little voice in my head tells me the lyrics for me, and then it just told me, yeah, she's cute, but she's evil. And then I said that into the mic, and then, oh, hold up. I can even just pull this up, man. I can pull up, because I always keep everything, because that's how I am. I'm like kind of hoarder. But yeah, I keep it all on my computer, so if I ever want to go back and finish a song or anything, no thanks. I've made a million songs, and I've definitely not finished most of them because I've made so many garbage songs in my life. Like, Rookie is just like, I made Rookie, and I listened to it, and I remember I recorded the hook first, as I always do. Hook's always first, and then came back and I wrote the verse on my phone, and then bada bing bada boom, I put on my. I usually wouldn't release music because I actually made a whole album. I'll send you the album cover. It's called Be the Hero, because at the time I was on like a be your own savior in life type shit. Like, be the person who saves yourself, and I made the album around that, and I made like a good 7 songs. So I was playing. I had them all, and I hadn't released it. I was in November. Here's the album cover.
Oh, that's sick. Did you make that?
I think I've seen this photo somewhere.
Yeah, I put it on Instagram.
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah, so I was planning on releasing that, and I had a whole track list.
Sneak peek, Dylan's new album coming out.
It's coming out, sorry. Anyways, and then I made. Do you guys ever heard the Best High?
Yeah, it's got 5,000 fucking views. I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, they got into playlists and shit. That was like my biggest song. I made that before Rookie, even though it came out way after Rookie.
Well, Rookie's catching up. It's on number 2 right now.
Yeah, it's got 1,100.
Champion's got 1.5k, but you're not letting it go up for some reason. I don't know why it's not going up, but.
What do you mean going up?
Like on your popular list on Spotify, it doesn't.
Popular list is what people are listening to.
Oh, okay. It's not like views.
So back in a minute is it's based on what's most popular at the moment.
Right.
So the Best High is still my most streamed song every day.
You have a playlist called Dilino's Dirty Shorts.
It's my playlist.
That's a sick name.
That's my short stink, dude. But yeah, I made the Best High, and I made this whole album, the Be the Hero. I made the whole album basically, and you know that song "Know Me" that's on my mixtape. That was on that album, and so was "Days Go By." Those are 2 songs from the album. And then I'd done that, and then I made the Best High. Not fucked up. The Best High was better than all the songs from the album, which fucked me up because I was like, great, because then I want all my songs not to be equally as good, but like I don't want them to be the best, and then the rest of them to be shit compared. So I had to start again. I had to get back to where I was and start the album again, and then
it was meant to be, because look at it now. Your songs have improved. You learned basically. It was a lesson. It was a lesson to learn, basically.
Yeah, and then I made Rookie, and then I put Rookie on my Instagram, and I thought nothing of it, like I usually do when it comes to snippets. And then everyone's like, dude, what are you not releasing this one? Like, generally, everyone liked Rookie, and like I was like, you know what, I released it. And a lot of people don't like it, in my life. I know that's my best song. Like, I genuinely just know it. Like, it just, everything about it is, like, when it comes to actually just like a banger.
A lot of people don't want to support new artists just because they think it's cringe, quote unquote.
Yeah, of course. I can understand that.
No, but I don't like that mentality, because let's be real. Fucking some artists were cringe back then. If you go back and listen to some of their songs, are dog shit.
Yeah.
Like, you could say this is better than some of artists' starting songs. Like, you gotta start somewhere. And like, I'm even back when you first sent me some of your clips, I was just like, I used to low-key giggle. I'm not gonna expose that group of friends that we used to be with, but like, I giggled, and deep down I thought he's being stupid. But the more I went back and listened to it, and I matured, but like I go back and look at it, I see improvement. I'm genuinely impressed. Like, I'm proud of you. Like, yeah, it's fucking amazing. But I want to know, what's your inspiration? Because obviously everyone has one. Not idolizing, of course, but like an inspiration to get you started, get you going. And it can be yourself. If you think that's your inspiration, you can say that.
I thing is, I feel like I have inspiration from a different person every month because like I like
same.
I like to learn more about humankind and stuff, and inspiration just comes and goes. When it comes to inspiration, can come from just the sound of a beat. I think when it first came from was the fact that I just wanted to be that guy who made music. I just wanted to be that rapper.
Yeah,
I just wanted to be a rapper, and then
Raper.
A rapper.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's called a rapist, not a rapper.
I kept that mentality, and I just wanted to be like a famous rapper. I wanted to be one of those guys as a rapper, and then as slowly as time goes on, I developed just a love for the actual just making of music, and I think with the mixtape itself, like the cover, I like the cover. It's just like something basic. I just wanted it kind of like that photo was just so old. I just found it, and I was like, it looks like I'm going on an adventure. And
No, it looks sick. It looks sick because it's eye catchy. You know what I mean? Like it's just there. It's vibrant.
Dude,
I like it.
I grabbed it, and I was just like, dude. Back in a minute, I'm going away for a while. I'm not gonna be. And it's just look, and the photo, I'm literally on an adventure. So I was like, it's literally perfect for like the way.
I like it. I do respect it. I'm just impressed.
I grabbed the photo and I chucked it in Photoshop and I put a spiral on the background and I was like, what I cast? And I turned the saturation up and changed the colors and I was like, dude, blue and orange, my favorite combo. I was like, fuck that picture. Just
Alright. Snowby Studios, everyone. Make sure to check out Dylan's links down below. I am very grateful that you're here, Dylan. I had a blast talking to you.
Yeah.
Make sure to check out his links down below. Make sure to check out our Twitter, our SoundCloud, our YouTube, back and forth with either platform you're on. Make sure to leave a like down below if you want him back on the podcast. If you don't, doesn't matter if you don't. If you do, let us know. Alright. Cheers for coming, Dylan. I appreciate it. Everyone have a good one.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.